Ever wondered why certain biblical events happened where they did? The answer is often written in the land itself. This narrow strip of land between the Mediterranean Sea and the Arabian Desert was the only practical route connecting three continents. Every major trade caravan, conquering army, and diplomatic mission between Africa, Asia, and Europe passed through here. Look at the map. Egypt to the south, Mesopotamia to the northeast, Anatolia to the north. The only land route between these empires ran through this corridor, and at its center were cities like Jerusalem, Megiddo, and Damascus. Now trace history through this funnel. Around 1500 BC, Egypt dominates. By 900 BC, Assyria pushes westward, hungry for trade routes. Then Babylon rises. Then Persia. Each empire knew the same thing. Control this land bridge, and you control the ancient world. That's why the biblical prophets warned so often of threats from the north, or invasions from Egypt. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, they weren't just speaking spiritually. They knew Israel's position made conflict inevitable. When Jeremiah prophesied that Babylon would come from the north, he wasn't ignoring the map. He was reading both divine revelation and geographic reality. And archaeology confirms this pattern. At Megiddo, destruction layers stack like a history book written in ash. Lachish was razed and rebuilt repeatedly. These weren't random attacks. They were targeted strikes for control over the most contested ground in the ancient Near East. Once you see the geography, the Bible's historical accounts click into place. Israel wasn't chosen for its power, but for its position at the center of the nations, as Ezekiel said. This wasn't just about ethnicity or religion. It was about control, survival, and most of all, God's providence. By placing his people at the world's crossroads, God ensured that the nations would pass by them. His people didn't have to go out to tell the world about Yahweh. The world came to them. Through war, trade, exile, and empire, God made sure that his name would be known throughout the world. As he promised Abraham, "In you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." This wasn't just about Christ, although certainly that was a culmination. It was also about Yahweh making himself known, making his name known among the nations. Geography wasn't just a backdrop to this story, it was part of the plan. Want to explore how geography, archaeology, history, and scripture interconnect? Try the OT in Context, interactive maps, timelines, and key insights that bring the Old Testament to life. Check it out at otincontext.com.